o'clock.
It is 4 o'clock. I'm going to call the regular meeting of the T.B. Scott Library Board, April 17th, 2024 meeting to order.
May 15th.
Do we have any correspondence?
Yes, correspondence from the, from the Humane Society, Haven, and the Community Food Pantry. The majority of that comes from the donations the library makes to those nonprofits. Pretty much on a regular basis, just thanking us. And
Sister Celine.
Public comment. I see we have some guests with us today. If they would like to introduce themselves.
Barb Roethlisberg.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be joining the board July 1st. So I thought
Okay.
I'd get an early start on how things work.
Okay.
And I'm Christine Vorpago, I'm the new District 9 Supervisor on the County Board. I used to do programming as an independent contractor for the library, but I thought I'd come and find out how this works. And I knew you were coming, so I thought, well, if they give a tutorial, then they get double the exposure.
Good idea.
You back there.
I'm Bob Lass, 5th Ward Alderman. I'm just here to snoop and poop and see how the library is working.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, the minutes of the regular meeting for April 17th, 2024. Get a motion to approve.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of April 17th, 2024.
I'll second. Motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes of the regular meeting of April 17th, 2024. Any comments or discussion?
Yes, please. On item number 2, section number 2 from last time, this is just a follow-up question, because one of the things that we had asked for was whether the finance director, the new finance director from the city, could possibly attend. Is there, and I notice it's not on the agenda, which means maybe the finance director can't make it, maybe it fell by the wayside. Is there an update on that?
she was not able to make it, but what I can show you is what we have created here to help explain what we get from the city.
Great, just a follow-up on
Okay.
it. Thank you.
All right?
All in favor of approving the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. The vouchers for April 2024. Can we get a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Any comments or discussion?
It's a tradition.
Okay.
I gotta ask that. Right. So I just want to be clear. So the new procedure is that you do not need to have anyone sign the vouchers. Is that correct? We're good with that.
That is correct.
Right then.
Yep.
Thank you.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. The unaudited monthly revenue and expense report for April 2024. Get a motion to approve? Make a motion. Second?
I'll second. Go ahead, Chris.
Comments or discussion? Liz?
So just a couple of things. So first of all, just on the prior service for the debt, it's on the first page, under personnel services, expenditures, prior service debt service. Is that, and there was nothing in the balance, it looks like we have completed that. So have we cleared a debt out somewhere? Do you know where I am? Sorry, it's hard to find things in these, they all look
Yeah, I see
exactly the
that.
same.
Yeah.
So it's like the fourth line from the bottom.
Yeah.
Because it was like $4,000 almost in debt service. And I'm just wondering if there was something, but when you look at the budgeted amount, we have now paid 100% of that, so presumably we cleared a debt somehow. Just something to look
Yeah.
into for, just,
Yeah.
it would be good.
I can't answer that question for you.
That's okay, you never, you know, who knows it was there.
Yeah.
The more important question has to do with the final page, the revenues over, under, and expenditures. Are we, it seems to me that maybe in March, we were at like $420,000 in the parentheses, as it were. So it looks like we're trending the right direction, but is there sort of a sense of when that reconciles and when for the year that turns around? Are you, in other words, I guess what I want to know is, are you waiting for payments from the county or the city or any other entity that turns that around?
That comes from the county.
So they have not yet done their aid?
No, and we also get cross-county borrowing aid.
Yep, I'm looking at that, and it looks like that's about $4,500 right now.
Yeah.
Is that, we get cross-county aid to the tune of $200,000?
No, obviously not, no.
I would be sort of surprised.
Yeah, it shows that way. It's how they do the journal entries.
Okay. So we
will-
are
The county, I mean, the county will. There will be,
eventually,
yes, there will be more coming in from the county.
okay.
Yeah,
At approximately $200,000.
that I would have to look into that.
You'd be surprised, I think
Yeah.
it actually is relatively close to that.
Yeah.
But I'm
I mean, I can't
just wondering when.
100% say yes.
Because obviously, I'm a conduit to the county, and I'd like to know when the county pays them money,
Oh.
right? So,
Absolutely.
brilliant, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Any other comments? All those in favor of approving signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? They are approved. And the monthly statistical report for April 2024. A motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the
Second.
statistical
I'll
report.
second it.
I'll second.
Any comments or discussion?
So it looks like the library's improving by the numbers
Oh, yeah,
compared to the last couple of years.
yes,
Which is-
yes.
How much difference is there from pre-pandemic to right now? Is it close or not?
Oh, we're close. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some days that it's absolutely crazy. What has been done in the youth services department has really that's really brought in the families quite a bit more. We have the scavenger hunts that bring people in on a regular basis, and, you know, as a result, they're,
So we're
Oh, yeah.
normal.
yeah,
so to say.
yeah, yeah, whatever that normal is. It's a new normal.
I have to say, Lauren, that's usually my line, is
Oh.
the statistics are going up. If you look across on the
Yeah.
chart, what you see is the facility traffic went up from 22 to 23, but then again, it goes like 40%, and then it goes up again from 23 to 24. But even cooler, if you flip over and you look at the borrowing, this is a weird month, because usually the audiobooks just outpace everything else. This month, audiobooks are down, but fiction is up. And that's something interesting. You know, people say, oh, nobody comes to the library and uses books anymore. Take a look at them. Fiction, adult and youth, up 4.8, up 9.4. Nonfiction, up 15%. So yeah, people are still using it. And actually, May is one of the busiest months, I think. They do a fine. And so, like, people take advantage of that transition from the school year into the summer vacation. And once they go on summer vacation, we don't see them till September. But you stole my thunder. I'm the one who every month says, the statistics are up. So thank you. It's nice to have a colleague.
Any other comments? Okay, all those in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The monthly statistical report is approved. Action item, review and approval of the borrowing privileges delinquent patrons.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, second.
Second.
Comments or discussion? Liz?
It's just language.
What's that?
It's just language.
It is. Well, since we have a lawyer in the room, The language that's sort of odd here for me is in the first paragraph, the second line after the if he, she strikeout, who has been issued a citation for theft of library materials and has been incarcerated for failure to pay the citation. It seems to me that the phrasing there suggests, I mean, you could say, oh, they have been incarcerated in the past, or it has to be both conditions, a citation and incarceration. So there's something funny about the phrasing here that I think doesn't quite get at what we want to say, which is, I assume what you want to say is, if people stole stuff and they've been found, you know,
Convicted.
yeah,
They're convicted.
right. So I'm wondering if maybe there's another way to put that sentence that doesn't create any ambiguity there. Because right now, it looks like, you know, if you haven't been incarcerated, if you were cited but you weren't incarcerated, you can still borrow things. Is that what you want? Or is it, even if you've just been given a citation but you've never actually been incarcerated, does this affect your borrowing privileges? Does it make sense what my,
So it sounds like it would be or rather than
Yeah,
and.
and, there'd be or rather than and.
Is what you're suggesting perhaps?
Yeah.
yeah. So either who has been either issued a citation for theft of library materials or has been incarcerated for failure. And presumably if you've been incarcerated, you were issued a citation at some point, but you might have been given the citation and not been incarcerated. I don't know anybody who's actually gone to jail for this. I think somebody once was threatened, but they had a bill of like $800. It was extraordinary and unusual, right? And so, just a wording thing. So we change, if you put that either and or in there.
Okay. So as amended. Okay.
Any other comment? Okay, all those in favor of approving the borrowing privileges?
Amended.
Amended, yes. Amended borrowing privileges, delinquent patrons policy, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It is approved. Next action item, review and approval of the 2024-2028 TV Scott Free Library Strategic Plan.
So if you had a chance to review, if you have any questions, we'll do my best to answer them.
Is this available online?
It will be,
It
once
will.
it's approved,
Okay.
yeah.
How often is this done, updated?
So we,
Yearly?
so the strategic plan is done every 5 years,
On file.
okay? And then so we have 5 goals and objectives that are listed. And what we do then at our, our monthly meeting is we focus on one goal each meeting, and then we list in there the action steps that we have taken to meet those goals. And that is reviewed by the board each month. So,
And so you need a motion?
we do,
Madam-
sorry.
You
Yep.
need a motion?
Yes.
Yeah, so I will make a motion to approve the strategic plan.
Second.
Second? Okay, second. Any other comments or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The strategic plan has been approved. Discussion item, strategic plan goals and objectives number 4.
This is just for your review.
Okay. And the Wisconsin Trustee Essential number 12, library standards. For review. And the library director's report.
All right, so I've listed a few of the events that we have ongoing and that we are ready to go for summer programming. So bring it on. Yep. And we also have some great things that will be going on in adult services during the summer months for summer reading as well. Summer hours, just a reminder to everyone, our summer hours begin Memorial Day weekend. On Saturdays, we are open from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., just a reminder. Nothing to report from WVLS. Did in the process realize that she had changed her email address and we had never been informed, and it wasn't popping back to me, and So, yeah, we had that. But we have that all figured out now, so we're good there. Friends had an awesome book sale. Oh, it was amazing. They have now decided that going the donation route is the way to go. It's a lot easier, it's quicker for people to leave when they grab the stuff they want. They don't have to worry about adding up numbers, which is wonderful when you're checking things out. So they're very pleased and excited, and they're already ready for the October sale. So, and that will be actually during Friends of the Library week, just right before, that ends up being right before Halloween. The strategic plan we just went over. Youth Services Activity Room update. I have now talked with Crystal and Veracruz. Met with her on Monday virtually to talk about the next steps. And then I met with Rod Akey yesterday to go over the next steps for bidding. We will get an updated version of the room specs for bidding purposes. And then Rod will review them. He will make the proper adjustments or make the listing that needs to be a part of what goes into that bidding process. This is something that is totally unfamiliar to me, so I'm learning a lot along the way, and we'll be meeting with Rod a lot. But it is very exciting. It can't happen fast enough.
It's gonna happen.
And so we are moving on to those next steps. And Rod will be talking with the architect along the way, and making sure that things are properly in place so that we can make it happen. The Northern Waters, or Northern Wisconsin ILS Consortium Exploration Project, I continue to meet with them, just kind of giving you an update and kind of give you an idea of the timeline for that. So in June of this year, the Team Project Committee will make a recommendation to all of the libraries currently in the WVLS system, and on the opposite side, the Northern Water System, their library directors, they will all be informed that the recommendation will be made, and then we will have time to think on it. And then sometime in fall is when the WVLS board will make the decision to move forward with it or not, with the understanding they are looking at an implementation date of 2025. They do have some LSTA grant funding that will assist with the implementation process. So that's been a bit of the driving force between with the timeline that we've been looking at right now. I'm feeling a little more comfortable, still not 100% about that merger. There's still some things that I'd like to see worked out related to the catalog. And for us, that's big. The catalog that keeps track of the materials that are here in the library and in other libraries, and how patrons are going to be able to access those materials. That's very important to me. So I'm making certain that the patrons in our community are still going to get the best service that they possibly can get. So that's where some of the holdup is right now for me. And as I said before, I will continue to keep you posted on that as we move along. The city has hired a the city facilities manager. His name is Taylor Brunette, goes by TJ. Yes. And he will begin June 24th. And we're looking forward to having him aboard. Already have a list probably this long for him, so.
Got a building project for you.
And I do. Yeah, both him and I are gonna just jump right in and get our feet wet. Yeah. So, and I mentioned in my notes, the next Board of Trustees meeting will be on our staff development day. staff will be here. That is going to be a day when we are going to be working with the police department on safely exiting the building in emergency situations and those types of things. So, but staff will be available in the afternoon, and I'm hoping that they can join us for the board meeting at 4 o'clock. So we will still be open for that. And that is what I have.
Thank you, Lori. Okay, date and time for our next meeting, as Lori said, will be Wednesday, June 19th, 2024, 4 o'clock in the library community room.
I would like to make a motion to go into closed session to include the oncoming board member, Barbara Roethlisberg, and the director of the library, Lori Aloff.
Okay. Second? Second. Any comments or discussion? All those in favor, signify by
It's a roll call. Yeah, closed session, it's a roll call.
Okay. Darcy Dolsky? Aye. Chris Grunwald?
Aye.
Ryan Martinovich?
Aye.
Elizabeth McCray?
Aye.
Mark White?
Aye.
Aye, and myself. Okay. I'd like to thank the other visitors for coming and the other staff. We'll be entering into closed session.